To all those people watching, I would like to remind everyone that this video is not made strictly for kids. It is for older fans and adults too. Enjoy the fucking video! This video is brought to you by my loyal patrons. Register now at any tier to watch new videos 1 month in advance before they're made public. Link is in the description. Oliver was excited. He and Toad had been scheduled to pull a special reenactment train on Thomas's branch line. Both engine and breakdown were polished and cleaned well before time.
Pardon me, Mr. Oliver, began Toad. By any chance you know anything about this reenactment we're performing today?
Driver mentioned it to me before, replied Oliver. If I recall, we're recreating a train from a film.
And in this film,
Toad ventured,
starred an engine and breakdown like us, Mr. Oliver.
That's right, Toad, smiled Oliver. I admit I don't know much about the film, but Driver says it's a timeless classic.
I feel immensely honoured, Mr. Oliver,
beamed Toad privately. When they were done, the two went to Thomas's branch line. They arrived at the junction. Toby was waiting. I brought down the special coach for your train, he smiled. Oliver looked. The coach was in fact Henrietta. She looked spotless. Her windows sparkled and her bright red buffer beam shone like rubies. Oliver gave a chuckle. I must say, this is a very peculiar consist, he admitted. Henrietta chuckled.
It is an old train, but the visitors paid good money to come and ride with us, so we must give them a good show.
Oliver shunted Toad behind Henrietta. The enthusiasts watched and began to crowd around the strange train. Toad had never seen so many people.
I can't believe so many people have come to ride in an old breakdown like me,
he said to himself as the excited passengers boarded him. The guard blew the whistle, and Oliver set up the branch line with his unusual train. The special train was scheduled in between the regular branch line trains. Oliver was to shuttle between the top station down to the station at the harbour. They arrived at the top station with no trouble. The passengers disembarked as Oliver ran round.
Just be mindful when you go backwards, cautioned Henrietta. There is an ungated crossing with roadworks on the harbour line.
Henrietta was right to warn Oliver. Roadworks being done anywhere on the island of Sodor meant one thing. George was hard at work tarmacking the road near the level crossing. He heard about Oliver's special train and was none too pleased about it.
Those people are wasting their time seeing those clanky puffballs,
he grumbled.
If they want to see a superior form of transport, they'll take pictures of me.
Secretly, he was a little jealous. Oliver puffed down the line bunker first. He whistled to attract attention. George eyed him with disdain.
Oi, Weston,
he shouted rudely.
How about you show them visitors a superior engine at work?
Oliver ignored him and just blew steam. George was cross.
I've always said it. Railways are no good. Turn them into roads.
That's amazing, said a passenger. They brought in a steamroller to be authentic to the film. And it's acting like it hates the railways too, added another. No one thought to tell them that George wasn't acting. Later, George and the road crew had finished paving the tarmac and were packing their tools. George was resting when a group of rail enthusiasts came along, cameras in hand. How long before Oliver passes again? Asked one of the group. Another looked at his watch. I'll say the next 10 minutes, he confirmed. Plenty of time to set up. George overheard. He scoffed at the mention of Oliver. But then he had a naughty idea.
Now's my chance. Excuse me, gentlemen,
called the steamroller. Look, cried the last member. It's that steamroller we passed before. The group walked towards George.
Why bother taking pictures of useless railway puffballs when he could capture hard-working road vehicles like me?
He pitched with full sincerity. The group was intrigued. George's driver agreed and the men began taking snapshots of George. The steamroller lavished attention and continued spouting his anti-rail views.
I've always said that railways are no good. They should be ripped up and turned into roads, the superior form of transportation.
He's playing the part of a rail-hating character, commented an enthusiast, and the others agreed. If only they knew.
Here, lads, you can get my good side from back here.
So George reversed backwards, right onto the crossing. Oliver saw George. He whistled loudly as he approached. "Get out of my way!" he shouted, but George didn't move. Luckily, Oliver wasn't going fast and slowed right down. Just before the crossing, he glared crossly at George. "What's going on, Mr. Oliver?" called Toad. "George is blocking the line," grumbled Oliver. "Get off now, George. It's mine right away."
I don't think so,
sniffed George.
Want me to move? I'd like to see you try.
The passengers exited the train and watched the spectacle unfolding in front of them. "The steam duel, how very delightful," marveled one. "They're pulling out all the stops for this reenactment," agreed another. Oliver gave George a bump. George moved a little, but not off the crossing.
Pathetic, George taunted. Another reason why roads are superior to rails. This is how you bump.
He banged harder to Oliver's front. Oliver was sent back. The crowd cheered and clapped. George thought they were for him.
"Take that,"
grinned George. "Ouch! My poor buffers and handrails!" cried Henrietta. "Now have you done?" fumed Oliver. He pulled forward with much whooshing and puffing. He ploughed straight into George with a mighty clunk. Winced George as he veered up the crossing, smashed through a fence, and landed in a ditch. A roar of laughter erupted from the crowd. "A spectacular performance," clapped an enthusiast. "I'm pleased I rode on this train. I've got some good shots," added another. "Wait till the others see my footage." "This was the best reenactment I've ever seen," the last one excitedly cheered. George was red with embarrassment and fury.
"Quit laughing, this isn't funny!"
The happy enthusiast excitedly boarded the train again, and Oliver was able to resume. Oliver felt sorry for George as they passed the stricken steamroller. "Cheer up, George," Oliver said kindly. "At least your stunt put a smile on the enthusiasts' faces. That's worth something." George didn't share the same sentiment.
"Bah! Enthusiasts! Who needs them?"
Needless to say, George doesn't like enthusiasts anymore.